Are we on?
Oh, yeah.
Are we live?
We are.
Are we there? Did we make it?
It looks like it.
My ears are sweaty.
Gross.
It's terrible. It's so wonderful, though. My mouth is on fire. It's so good. Okay.
Well, we didn't really announce anything on Facebook. I should probably
We should do that.
post something.
See, I'm popping out my chat. I didn't actually open the chat. There's like just a, what's the 7 down in the corner?
Season 7.
Oh. I don't know if we were like,
I've been using that
really-
logo all season, by the way.
I don't look at the logo down there.
I don't usually put it there.
Okay.
In the upper right, there's also a 7.
There is. I see that. That's a different logo.
Yeah. You
All
don't
right.
appreciate my work.
What?
You don't appreciate my work.
Well, I just didn't see your work. We got rid of him. He's been eliminated. You saw the skeleton in the chair.
Oh, yeah. We decided we can't have famous people on the show.
Not famous?
Mark is famous.
Oh, that's right. He is.
You're infamous. There's a difference.
Well, I mean, he's out shopping for his mansion with his TikTok dollars.
Yeah, no, he's at Disney World.
Well, I mean, come on.
Come on.
All right. I just posted to my page. Nobody looks at my stuff, so no one's going to care.
To the paradise?
No, I could post that page. Yeah, I could do that. Share to a page. Boom. Switch profiles. I don't know. Share post.
I don't know. But I've been told.
I just linked the Twitch feed. That's all I did. Hey, actually, I got a bunch of gadgets tonight. We could do like an hour-long gadget show. That'd be good.
The Bryan show?
Well, I mean, everybody likes gadgets, right?
Yeah, but not everybody likes you.
Anybody that matters does.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
You weren't even going to join this show tonight. You're just going to leave me hanging.
I don't know what's going on here. This is weird. It will not load. There we go.
Nitropolis is in the chat.
Yes. Did you hear about Dolly? You saw her thing? She ran the Boston Marathon.
I know. I've been watching her progress the whole time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She was all excited about, I don't know, 10 months, 12 months ago.
Nitropolis, it's your 50th birthday. That's awesome. Happy birthday.
Well, cheers. Cheers to your birthday. And thanks for joining the show. Oh, yeah. I had to work. All day I didn't do anything for the show. You know who did do stuff for the show is Mark.
The guy who's not here.
I know. Yeah. I wonder if you can... Is there like a birthday Amatocon in here?
I don't know. I'm trying to get people on in their chat. Who do we have in the chat? User in the chat.
Go post on Clav for the first time in I don't know how.
Oh, I was in a bunch of conversations on Clav yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On like the forums?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I was
wow.
in one conversation in particular.
Was it about a 25-inch monitor going into a Black Widow?
No.
Like, that'd be a fun troll post.
I think we're gonna do that after. Actually, I told you my ultimate troll post I want to do on KLOV, right?
No.
I've wanted to for a long time go and buy one of the or make a harness for like a Williams to JAMMA adapter.
Oh yeah.
Then I was gonna take my cocktail joust and plug in an arcade SD so it's playing Mario Brothers. And put a post up on KLOV saying, "Hey, I've got this one-of-a-kind cocktail Mario Brothers. Does anybody have the artwork? Because I'm ripping this other stuff off of here today." And just watch everybody go absolutely bonkers.
But they know you, so it wouldn't work. You'd have to get somebody else to do it for you.
It would be like I should set up a new like a new profile and pretend like I'm a new guy. Hey, I bought this from somebody and it's Mario Brothers. Does anybody have the artwork? And then as soon as somebody starts going, "Oh no, that's a joust," say, "Well, I already tore the artwork off and I have new art for it. I could make it look like I tore it off and it was in the garbage." That would be so much fun. Could be a lot of hate that day.
So Christine doesn't play video games very much. In fact, last vacation I had my Switch and I handed her the controller and she was unfamiliar with a modern controller. And I had no idea. I just assumed that she had played some games with the kids. With her kids. So I was kind of like, "Well, do this, do that. Well, do this." And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing." And she got really frustrated. So then I showed her a couple of games on the Switch that are like super rudimentary to help her learn the controller. And she's in the adjacent room right now, or actually parallel room, or I don't know, adjacent room. And
she's hooked.
She's playing Flower on the PlayStation 3. Which I'm like, okay. I said, I've only played like a little bit of this. I don't know how it really works. It'll tell you how it works. Just follow the prompts on the screen and go. So she's been in there for like 45 minutes playing that game.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, Flower is a pretty cool game. There's a bunch of it's actually on the same disc as Journey. I don't know, not Journey the band, but there was a game called Journey that was a award-winning game. So she's and that game's also very fun. You're like in the Middle East or something. You have a long scarf. It's very, very cool game.
Nice.
So I don't know if she's gonna play those or not. Yeah, you gotta Google Flower for the PlayStation 3. Actually, I think it's on Switch also.
Is it? I'll have to check it out. I at some point need to. Well, I shouldn't start playing Switch again. That would be bad.
Oh, I'm play the Switch all the time. I just bought a whole bunch of other games. I bought Mario Kart finally.
Nice.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition. Nice. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of games. Oh, and then for the PlayStation 3 this week, I purchased because the store is still up. And here's a tip. If you want to buy anything from the PlayStation 3 store, you cannot recharge your wallet online. Sony has disabled that. You can only buy through the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5. So you can do it that way if you've got one. But if you don't, all you have to do is go to Amazon and buy a gift card for whatever amount for the PlayStation store, put in the code, and then it charges your wallet. And actually, they have better increments than are available on the PlayStation site. So if you're looking to charge up and buy a few things on the really sad PlayStation 3 store, you can do it that way.
Okay.
So that was actually kind of fun because I bought. I have the Uncharted series on disc for the PlayStation 3, and it's always a pain in the ass to get the disc out and put it in the machine and.
Yep.
And I when I'm sitting on the couch, I just want to pick up the remote, start playing. So,
yeah.
And I've gotten used to that with the Switch. So I decided I'd buy. This is funny. I'd buy the Uncharted series, which is still available for PlayStation 3, 1 through 3.
Okay.
They are $10 each right now, which I thought's a great deal because they're like $60 games originally, right?
It's a great deal.
So I buy these games. The first two are like 20 gig each, and the third one is 40 gig.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I decided that I was going to have the PlayStation 3 on Wi-Fi only because I didn't really need anything. And I started downloading these things, and it's like telling me it's going to take 2,000 minutes or some crazy thing like that. Like, I'm like, how many days is that? So I ran a 30-foot cable from a different jack in the house all the way into that TV room just so I could download those 3 games for $30.
That's huge.
Yeah. And so I actually restart. Now, the first time I played Uncharted was 2010, I think. Or maybe there's a second time. So it's been, 13 years for the first Uncharted, and I just started it again today. But they're very good games.
I'll have to check them out. I have not taken much time to play much other than what's in the shop, to be honest. I just don't have any freaking time. I'm all over the place lately.
I had a Buck Rogers and trivia game party in my basement on Sunday. So it was with myself. It was fun. I played Buck Rogers and my trivia game.
Well, you have a great show. I'll talk to you later.
We're about to start this thing.
What?
Without Mark for the I think this is officially the first time Mark is going to be absent. 100%.
Like completely absent.
Yeah,
he's been like in and out a few times.
Yeah, like he's always managed to show up like at the last second, or even when he had COVID, he was here until he like passed out.
Yeah.
That was
Which
funny.
Didn't take very long. That was a little scary.
He was here for
probably
like
should have
40 minutes, and then he started getting the chills, and all of a sudden he disappeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey guys, welcome to the chat. There's a bunch of us in the chat now. It's good to see you guys. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, Bryan and I are flying solo tonight. This is gonna be a fun show. We're gonna talk about gadgets and a bunch of stuff that's happening in the news. And then we'll probably have some participatory stuff in the chat. Like, we do still have what's in the Juke, and I'm gonna have to do Mark's segment, which is gonna be really weird. But Bryan, you can help me out with that, right? So,
maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
I might stick around. Maybe. We'll see. Still deciding.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's we're just gonna have to get things going here.
Let's do it.
Live from KOYR Studios.
This is Todd Rogers, the king of video games, and you're listening to Arcade Radio.
What's new? What's new? What's new?
Did you know that Chuck E. Cheese is born inside a jar?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's new? What's new? What's new? God, I'm sick of that question.
No matter what I say, it draws controversy.
Get down.
Videomania has flipped the universe. So what's the score?
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine.
Is there anybody actually going to listen to this?
Hey-o! Thanks for listening in from the Arcadosphere. This is Season 7, Episode 12 of the Arcade Radio Podcast. Today is Thursday, April 20th, 2023, and the time is now approximately 7:30 p.m. Central. I'm your host, Adam Not Levine. And last and least, because we're skipping Mark today, he's a little bit absent. Paradise Lake, our arcade shop proprietor and part-time The One. It's Bryan Thurston Howell, Overtouch the Third. Hey, Bryan, welcome to the show.
Hey, well, thank you. 8:30
hey,
Eastern time. They're clarifying.
Oh, yeah. Well, the people on the East Coast, it is 8:30. And on the West Coast, it's 5:30.
It's true.
Which is how that's very early on the West Coast. If we started the show any later, though, I'd probably fall asleep in the middle.
Yeah. I need some coffee. I'll be back.
I had some coffee earlier. So what have you been working on?
Let's see. Bunch of stuff. Okay. So first off, Cosmic Chasm came in, which is pretty awesome. I happened to just time out with so Ted Hooper and I have been working on Cosmic Chasm reproduction boards. And so Ted posted those are finally functioning, which is awesome. So that's one piece that's been going on and is pretty amazing to see. Mr. Billy 7 and I are shoving a 25-inch monitor into an Atari converted cabinet that was a world hero, was probably originally a Gravatar, and we are making a 25-inch Black Widow, which is going to be awesome and overwhelming all at the same time. So got all the pieces for that. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll end up at Starrcade. And talking about Starrcade is moving. So we have a new place that we're going to called Keg and Case over in St. Paul.
Oh, okay. For real, you got a spot.
Yeah. So we actually officially, I don't know, we haven't signed yet. But we have talked to the building. We've kind of made all these, arrangements, and it's happening. It's like real. So we'll be taking over. It used to be the Woodfire Cantina, and before that it was In Bloom. It's a 2-story restaurant section. We'll be taking over kind of the whole floor. It's more open than the one that we're in now. There'll be a whole mezzanine with about 40 games in it. And then the ground floor should have about 110 to 120 games. And then pinball will be moved outside of Starrcade. So in the near future, there will be 15 to 20 pinball machines, all on coin drop. And there's a central section. It's the old Schmidt Brewery building. So that'll be pretty wild. We're really looking forward to it. It's like an old warehouse building with huge steel girder ceilings, and it's really gorgeous. So looking forward to it. Voice FIC said, so we're making another Flynn's arcade. It's not really Flynn's. I mean, I guess we have a fireplace and stuff. It's pretty wild. We'll have to take some pictures. The next step, actually, after we sign the lease, we're going to go and tape out the floor and figure out where all the electrical drops need to be, which is going to be a huge project. Right now there's 400 amps going in there, so that should be good.
Is this a property you showed me before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's pretty wild. It's so the restaurant. So right now for those of you who haven't been there, we're in a Green Mill, and it's kind of Green Mills. If you don't know what they are, pizza restaurant, wood finish. It's not low end, but it's not high end. It's kind of the middle. The space we're taking over was like a really, really high-end restaurant. So like the lighting is awesome. There's 2 giant projector screens up above it that we can use. And then the mezzanine, it's not a raised floor. There's legitimately a second floor balcony overlooking this section that will fit 40 machines up there. So it's really, it's an amazing space. And the problem that they've had, and Clutch Brewery is literally right next to us. So there's a brewery right there, microbrew. This not a raised floor for outlets. We'll do drops from the ceilings. The really neat thing about the space is just kind of like how it just fundamentally it'll change. such an open layout that it'll be really, really cool. So,
are you guys going to allow people to come in with beer?
So yes, and we're we have like 1,000 square foot patio outside. So we'll be adding on like bags and stuff like that, and then hopefully we'll have the Clutch Brewery guys serving beer outside.
Wow.
So it's super exciting. Now I just have to get a semi to move games.
Oh. Yeah. That is, yeah. So actually, I was at Starrcade last weekend. I don't know if that was Saturday. Was it Saturday? Everything was mostly working. That's good. I think it was Saturday. It was a long day.
Yeah, it was. That's the day you called me.
Yeah. And then we first we went to Free Geek and bought geeky stuff. You know. And then I bought like an old component LXI Sears brand component system, which was like a bookshelf system from the early 80s. And so it's actually really super high quality. It's got like, 80 watts per channel, and it actually has a tape deck, and they're all small. They're all like 12-inch components instead of 17, and maybe even 10. And so it's got an individual tuner, and then it's got a cassette deck, and then amp, and then it's got a phono in, so you could actually hook up a record player to it if you want. But it sounds amazing.
Nice.
And I just took it apart to put belts on the cassette player because they were working, but they're a little stretched out, so it runs slow. So to put new belts on it, then I gotta tune it to the right frequency so that it'll play cassettes correctly. But yeah, we played a ton of games at Starrcade. First time my buddy Matt had been there, so that was really fun. And then we went over to the B Dale Club on Dale. It's a little dive bar, and we hung out there for a while. And then we went to Kip's, and then I went home and passed out at like 6:30 from too many carbohydrates. So,
well, this setup will be way better because the brewery's right there.
Yeah.
Cheese and Pimentos. 2 restaurants are there, and there's an ice cream shop next to the arcade. So I'm not going to be losing weight when we move in there.
Yeah. I was disappointed though. Shuffleboard was not on the floor anymore, and I was wondering if I could have it.
No.
Okay. I thought I'd ask.
It'll be back.
You don't get anything without asking.
You don't. That is true.
Holy crap! Is that Steve Taki in the chat? I haven't seen him in ages. First time chatter. That's awesome. Good to see you, buddy. What's the 1201 for? December 1st? I don't know.
So what are you working on, Adam?
This week I didn't work on anything. Yeah, I mean, the unearthing of the basement has been the biggest project. And I'll be getting back to that because the problem is that when you work and then you do a show, and you work, there's hardly any dedicated time during the day to work on the basement. And I really don't want to do it after work. It's just you're tired and not motivated, and but I got shorted like 3 days of vacation, actually 4 days of vacation when I got COVID. And I was making a ton of progress at the end of December and beginning of January, and then it just all fell off the rails. But last weekend I actually made quite a bit of progress. My Atari football had been being used as a table for probably 10 months. And it is now uncovered and playable.
It's unearthed?
Yep.
Very nice.
The Atari room's almost complete. I probably need a day in the Nintendo room to get it going. But I also need to bring over my Mario Brothers to Paradise to have a little bit of work done on it. Mostly the monitor, the boards work. And then I think you and I were talking about doing some powder coating. So
we do need to do some.
We have a nice powder coater here in the Minneapolis area, SC Customs, or SC Custom, and they do really great work.
He's a good guy. I actually have a load of. There's actually some pieces in here that I need to take down there for Charlie.
Yeah, so I've got a Pac-Man board, and then I've got a Mario Brothers control panel. I am not going to do the Space Firebird because there's no artwork for that, and it's good enough. But I also need to bring the Space Firebird to you guys and have you do like a rebuild and some other things on it.
Metropolis says we need to tell Mark that this was amazing. 200 plus chatters in the stream, and Jeff Bezos was a last minute guest.
Yeah. Elon Musk stopped in too, and they did a lot of dick waving.
And then the pants came off.
Yeah. No, yeah. So I've got a lot of irons in the fire. I really am waiting for spring. It's supposed to snow again tonight, for crying out loud. It rained like 12 inches yesterday. Can you imagine if that was snow? Oh my God.
Oh, that would have been terrible. We would have been underneath like at least 3 feet.
Oh, it was awful. It rained all night, stormed. I got terrible sleep last night. Terrible.
I slept like a baby.
Yeah.
Brad, no, the Sinistar cockpit is not up and running yet. We have a long project list, but it is creeping up the list. We had 16 big buck hunters dropped off the other day. So there's a few things that I'm not working on, but the guys in the shop are, and the Sinistar cockpit is one of the things that they will be getting to hopefully soon, or I'll have to take over.
Once we get a couple of nice days too, my buddy Eric's going to come over and help me finish Journey.
I mean, finally.
Well, I have all the parts. We just got to assemble it. I don't know how many times I've said that, but I've probably said it a bunch.
Yeah, a couple times. And when did we get your marquee signed for you? Because like Steve's not even in the band anymore.
I was like 4 years ago or something. Yeah, I mean, I thought John Jacobson's Journey Restore was like the longest Journey Restore ever, but mine's just been sitting there, unattended. I did have some life events though,
Here's a question for guys. I got a question for the chat. You can debate this. The Stun Runner went to northern Wisconsin. Okay.
Nice.
So what?
Nice.
I drove a bunch of stuff out to MCL for parts, actually all the joysticks, and the Stun Runner went to bye-bye. There's another one. There's always another Stun Runner. So I got a prop cycle. The projection TV just is not coming back the way we want it to. Should I deal with it the way it is? Kind of gets a little double imaging. It's not terrible. It's got a little bit of distortion. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's playable. Do I look for a plasma, which normally has a wonderful S video, so you can get a good image, but it'll be, I'll have to like fit it in there. I'll have to fit either a 50 or 55 in, and it'll be a little smaller. Do I do an OLED, which there's one for sale that's like actually on Facebook right now, or do I go for a projection TV like the original? So
that you can't get the convergence working?
There's some distortion in the picture that Tom just can't work out of the chassis, and without having proper schematics and everything, we're fighting it.
If it's rear projection, you might have to adjust the convergence on the CRTs in the projection unit.
It's not the convergence. It's like there's other issues going on. I mean, we can get it converged, but it's the actual distortion in the picture.
I don't know. I kind of like to go original on that kind of stuff. But you also like using cool white LEDs and everything. So I don't know how to. Any advice I give you would be useless.
So Nitropolis, the OLED, yeah, that's the only issue is that the plasmas do look better with the S video. Short throw projector we were looking at. I'm actually debating that. That's a good idea, Jabba.
It depends on the plasma too, because the pixels on a plasma are like 1 inch square each. You can see them from a mile away. Like,
yeah,
there are plenty of LCDs out there that are LED backlit and look great. And you can get converters for S video if you wanted to HDMI. So you have a lot of choices. Plasma, you don't have to do plasma.
The plasma has a better analog resolution, but yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of options.
I mean, you say that, but a lot of plasma TVs are crap. So I don't know what. I mean, like, do you have a model number that you're interested in, or?
There's a couple different ones we've looked at, but
they're not all the same,
They're not?
No. In fact, there was just an article this week at Crutchfield. It was the history of home theater, and they talk about the plasma theaters, home theater TVs when they came out. They were flat screens, but they were giant, they were heavy, and they cost like $25,000, and they look awful by today's standards. So it depends on what you're looking up.
You have to remember the resolution on this game. First of all, there's a reason it's S video, and it is on a 4:3 ratio, which is the other problem here.
It's probably analog too. So.
Yep. It's not the convergence chip that's bad. Ate it burn. There's some distortion coming through the system, and we've replaced probably about 60 caps in this thing, and cannot figure out where it's coming from. And yes, that is one of the factors. Is the plasma is weighing a ton. I don't have the model right here. The one that we have is one that Tom, the guy in the shop who does TV work, has been doing TV work for years, has. It's a pro level plasma TV that he's had for years, and it's just doesn't have anything to do with. So, but I cannot find a projection TV that will fit in there that is worth getting. That's been my biggest obstacle. It will be the last capacitor you change. Probably not, because we've gotten to the point where we're just going through them in bulk. So we'll see, though. I mean, I've kind of hit the point where the guy who fixed these things for the last 40 years is going like, I don't know what else to do. So we're maybe throwing the towel on this particular one. Okay. So.
Yeah, I had a Hitachi 50-inch rear projection, TV back in the day. Just before the flat panels got rid. Well, actually, it was just before DLP. Actually, I wonder if a DLP would work. There's a rainbow effect when you placed games and stuff, though.
Well, the DLP obstacle more than anything is that the DLPs are all 4:3 ratio.
No,
16:9 ratio. They're not 4:3. So the projection TV was kind of the transition. So that's the rear projections were when they kind of converted over. So it's even not as common to find those, Yeah. But
I don't know. There's every once in a while one of those giant rear projection 4x3s comes up. I'd probably try to get one of those just because there's a certain charm with that,
Yeah, there is. I mean, this game, I'm not sure that it matters that much of this game, but we keep looking, and they do come up. The problem is that getting it in the right size has been the issue, and finding the right. That's been the biggest challenge, to be honest.
But a lot of those TVs you can force to 4x3, so it doesn't really matter,
No, the right size actual unit that will fit in here.
Oh.
Because yeah. I mean, it's especially with the ones that are the high res. The problem is that you could force it, but then you because of how. And this is one of the problems on the plasmas, because you have such a wide kind of rim around it. You're losing a lot of space if you go with something bigger. I'll have to hit you up offline on the schematics.
Yeah.
So
I would find that a fun project, and actually you probably could post it on the Arcade Radio Facebook page, and you'd have Mr. Watkins and a bunch of other people looking for you as well. But I'm on Craigslist in Minneapolis all the time and Facebook Marketplace all the time, and I am a CRT hunter, so I'm sure I'd see one pop up. I could help you out.
Oh, I've been looking. Everything within 250 miles I've been looking at.
Yeah.
Have not found anything that'd be appropriate yet. So we've been looking for the last 6 weeks. So oh my gosh, Discord. I can't. I'm too old for Discord.
Why do you say that? I'm older than you, and I can do it. Cheers.
I hate Discord. I mean, I do it on some things, but it drives me nuts. It's like being in a room with a bunch of people talking all the time.
Oh yeah, there is that.
It's like it makes no sense to me. Yeah, it is, except it's like an AOL chat room. So here's the thing. You're right, Jabba. It is like an AOL chat room, except the AOL chat room did not walk around with you like with this thing. So when you're trying to talk to a patient and your phone is going bzz, 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 bzz,
and
bzz,
you couldn't
bzz.
talk to people like live.
So, yeah.
I mean, there's that. I mean, the whole thing about the Discord chat rooms and such are, you know, and no offense to Jabaruga or Voices, but those two can talk over each other quite well. You know, you guys are really good at talking. Yeah. No, I think it's fun. We're talking about the after party, Arcade Radio after party right now. So, yeah, there's a Discord chat room if you'd like to find out about it. You know, I don't know. Can they put links in the chat in this thing? Probably not. We should probably do that. So, yeah, so I think we covered what we've been working on. Do you want to do some gadgets or something? I think you're muted. There you go.
Am I still muted?
Not anymore.
Ooh, I'm back.
You're back. Your fancy headset with its instant mute.
It was like up a little and it went off. I don't know why it didn't come back on. All right, I'm good. We can do gadgets. I have gadgets.
I always felt that the true stars at Atari was engineering.
Oh, you're an inventor.
Yes, I am.
What have you invented?
A lot of things.
Like?
Like a lot of things. Like things that you've heard of.
Like?
Well, things that you will have heard of, okay? Patents are pending.
Arcade Gadgets with Bryan McLeod.
Welcome to the gadget segment. So we got a couple of things today. First off,
we've secretly switched to Adam's Guinness with non-alcoholic Guinness. Let's see if he notices. Oh, what the hell's that? That's not Guinness.
So we it's also not a gadget.
Sorry,
gadget segment.
I just couldn't resist.
This is gadgets.
Okay. Oh yeah. Welcome to the gadget segment.
So, and of note, Mr. Billy 7 posted in the chat a picture of Kegging Case, which is where the Starrcade is moving to.
Oh, Big Bad Brad. Good to see you in the chat. I need to talk to you. I'll hit you up after the show.
So, we have Major Havoc, Black Widow, Gravatar, and a new version of Major Havoc with rerouted traces and Lunar Lander Warlords coming to the store. So these are all licensed Atari products. And actually, I know what I was going to... Shoot. I did actually misplace something.
Oh, no.
We have... Well, I'll show you the stickers. So we have these stickers. They're awesome. And I think you can see them now. But I lost the ones with serial numbers on them. So...
The nice thing about our shows, we always come prepared.
Well, it was funny because this is the one thing I was like, oh, I need to remember that. And then I forgot to do it. I got all the other stuff. So for those of you who are interested, Brad, thank you. I do think it is nice. We're doing the printing on them. You can get them with printing or not. This, I got to put my Skype up here so I can actually see what I'm showing you. So I don't so these are the Atari stickers.
Yeah, you showed those before.
And so these will be on every board.
Nice.
with serial numbers, and I had them here, but I put them somewhere else.
Can you show that board again? Because you like briefly flashed it like a guy running through a room with the trench coat.
Well, because you said, "Hey, you've seen that before," and you got bored. You know, I didn't want you to like sign off the show
the board. The board.
Pass out on the desk. I don't know. It's happened.
Hey, listen.
So these are the hologram stickers. So you got the serial number on there, Atari logo going across. So anyhow, these will be on every board that is purchased. They're officially sanctioned. Licensed, we have, as I showed you, Gravatar. They'll have the marquee up here as well as a...
Hold that a little bit closer to the camera. That is beautiful. Okay, let me zoom in on that. Oh, yeah. Check that out.
They'll have the history of the game here.
In gold?
And then
is that
kind
gold?
What?
Is that gold?
It's printed in yellow. So it's similar to, if you look at the other side, these are a matte green with yellow. One of the things to note about all these boards is that, so this is Rev C. So the last released version of Gravatar was Rev B. So this is the next version. So that, again, will be available for Lunar Lander. So Gravatar, Black Widow, Lunar Lander, Major Havoc, 2 versions of that. One is the original with some modifications to allow for the speech that was released on the Promised End, as well as a newer version that has more efficient trace routing. And then Warlords and soon to come is Food Fight.
What's the base price going to be on with unpopulated artwork boards?
So unpopulated is $245. Quantum will be coming at some point. They will be $245 with or without artwork. So you can just choose whether you want the artwork or don't want the artwork. And then remember, artwork is on the back of the board. So the nice thing is, if you want to populate it, you can populate this side, but still have the artwork on the back.
Now, people might be gasping at the price, but just know that that's an officially licensed product from Atari.
It is. Well, and so what's interesting about this is that a lot of these boards went up for sale, like Quantum and other things. We will have Quantum available. A lot of these boards went up for sale before for Quantums were like, I think Major Havocs were like $300, $325. So none of those were licensed, none of those were sanctioned, and none of them should have had Atari logos and other things on them. They did, but we are actually doing this the right way. So these are done through Atari, and they'll actually be carried on the Atari site. So they're not cheap to do. They're also the matte green and the yellow finish is actually really not the cheapest way to do a circuit board. So anyhow, check them out if you're interested. They're on the Paradise Arcade Shop website. Yes, Atari does have a web store.
Yeah. You can buy the Atari VCS.
And soon our boards. So yes, so for those of you who haven't seen it, there you go. Repro Quantum cabinet, I believe Mark Lukasik is doing those reproduction cabinets.
Cool.
That is one gadget. The next gadget, this is kind of my fun new toy. So for those of you who do any work with JAMMA, this is kind of my new little toy invention thing, whatever. So what this is a basically a way to access everything on the JAMMA harness or on the JAMMA edge connector, as well as having two power inputs up here. And what it does is it allows you to kind of go through a number of things that are normally kind of difficult to do. So in the fighting game community, one of the things that people really like to do is hook up 2 cabinets together and have one player on each cabinet, so you can have like a head-to-head candy cabinet. All of your signals on this are routed through a DVI cable on the bottom, and you can hook that up to a second one of these and literally have these 2 connected to each other and have a second cabinet that runs off the first cabinet. So
you can have mirrored cabinets.
So you can have a head-to-head candy cabinet where you've got, or a head-to-head whatever cabinet you want, and run your second player off the second cabinet. So the signals that come to the second board are actually only the second player signals, which is pretty typical. The other thing you can do is if you have a cabinet that that you don't really want to deal with the wiring on, the JAMMA harness is terrible. You can actually, this is just for JAMMA guys, sorry. So you can actually do Williams Predators, maybe. So here you go. So you can actually take this, plug it into your board, hook your power supply up here, connect your video right here on the standard video connector, run this to your control panel, and there is your whole wiring for your cabinet. Audio can come out here. So this actually, this basically allowed us to bypass rewire and go into candy cabinets that had questionable power supplies and other things, and sub out the whole entire harness in about 10 minutes. The other nice thing about this is, for those of you that ever want to do this, so this board is a breakout board. It has a DB15 on the end. So you can take these handy USB to discrete adapters called undammed adapters, plug them in the end, and all of a sudden now you hook a power pro up to this, and this is a super gun that you can test boards with on your desktop. So
that is amazing.
Very, very versatile, very easy to hook up. There's some more things we're doing. These switches all do kind of interesting things. You can switch between line audio and amplified audio here going to the second cabinet. These allow the switches between different forms of JAMMA setups. This is actually a switch to allow for Vampire Savior to be played on a typical board. So, yeah, typical setup. Anyways, kind of a fun little thing we're playing with. I have Q Sound amplifier boards coming out too, so which will be kind of fun.
That's very cool. I love it. I want one, and I don't really even have a use for it.
Well, it's so the thing that part of the reason these came about was I bought a bunch of candy cabinet Blast Cities, and we weren't sure if they worked or not. And so it gets annoying trying to fix all these different power supplies that people have hacked it in. With this, if you have a JAMMA cabinet, you don't even need to care. You literally can just get rid of everything in the cabinet and replace it with a ribbon cable, a power supply, hook this up, and then these 20-pin harnesses allow you to wire your entire control panel in seconds.
That's awesome. I love it. Now I just need a candy cab or two.
Well, or dynamos, like really anything that you have that is a JAMMA setup. So like I said,
you could do like a dual 1943.
You could
have them stand side by side. You could have your own control set, your own monitor, and then the other guy could have his own control set, own monitor. That'd be really fun.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Yep. Or like, so that's the kind of stuff that would be a blast to do.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that. You're always thinking, Brian. You're always thinking.
And the last thing that is coming in is we will have 6400 Wells 6400 monitor chassis coming probably in about a week. So we'll do some testing, make sure they work, and it'll be ready to go.
Okay, so when do I get to replace my Geo8?
Well, I mean, you could try building one up.
I still have a couple of I have one spare Geo8 with about 3 chassis left now. Maybe 4.
I can hand you some blank boards. You can have some fun.
Yeah, and then how do I convert it to run with the G80?
So with the G80, you don't need to do a conversion. It's a direct plug and play.
Oh, no more fiery monitor.
Nope, it'll be awesome.
It'll
be awesome.
Space Fury, Eliminator. You name it.
I'll have to switch. And for those of you who haven't seen the 6400, really the picture on it is stunning. It's awesome.
Can I put that in my Star Wars?
So you do need to do some voltage adaptation to put it in a Star Wars. It's not set up for Atari voltages.
Because that'd be really cool. Because if it would probably be better than a 6100 for I don't know.
It's not a resolution thing; it's a refresh rate. But yeah, and Billy Seven says, "Show me one that's been on fire." I think so. One of the things that's interesting is more
they don't
so
really
than
catch fire, but I've had plenty of them burn up.
Yeah. The other thing is with the timer. There's 2 specialty chips on there that actually do go bad.
I thought it was just one.
No, there's 2 specialty chips. One of them is a timing chip that tends to go bad, but there are 2 chips on there, and I've got at least one chassis where both chips are out.
Oh,
so
that's basically just like a
parts.
breadboard now.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Yeah, should be. We're super excited. A lot of fun stuff coming down the road here. I'm really, we're enjoying it. So, just like looking around my desk, there's like stuff all over the place. At some point, I'll clean this place up. That's all the.
Hey, when are we going to do drop targets? That'd be fun.
I should do drop targets. I think I have some over here.
It's funny. I put on an interest thread on Pinside. Like a year ago. Remember when we did those Pac-Man pop bumper caps?
Yeah.
And they turned out amazing. Like they look great. I put pictures on Pinside, and over the course of a year, I had 2 responses. I really want these. Can you make them for me? Like, no, I'm not going to have my buddy fire up a $30,000 printer and print you 2 caps. It's just not happening, unless it's for me.
It's kind of, exactly. I'll make him do it for me, but I'm not going to do it for you. So
no, I didn't say anything. I did not answer them, but the point is that if we were going to do a run and make it economical.
Well, and it's actually, Susan's been over here running the printer a lot more lately, and I forgot she's doing a bunch of the Senti stuff.
Oh.
And man, like she did Snacks in Jackson today. I'm like, it's just the prints are awesome. So I was excited. I was watching her do it.
Very cool.
Got to order some replacement pieces now.
Yeah.
I think we're out of panels.
Well, we probably should do some news or something.
We should some news. Do we have news?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, what's the?
The arcade news, arcades, pinball, industry alumni, arcade openings, collecting, celebrities, world record holders, operators, coin-out, conventions. The arcade news.
We interrupt the ventilated development.
And now, the arcade news with Adam Stevens.
Oh, I just love that bumper. I just love it. It makes me so happy inside. Yeah.
It makes me sleepy.
Does it?
Kind of like nap time.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry you're so sleepy. Hey, guess what? There's some great news today.
What's the news?
The Super Mario Brothers theme was how do you say that? Inducted? I don't know. Into the I'm going bald on top of my head. It was inducted into the Library of Congress. It's not inducted or inserted into the. I don't know what do you say for that? Anyway, they put it in the Library of Congress. Is that how?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there is like actually a news article written that you could just read.
I probably could.
There?
But that's not the news articles.
It's not one of the news articles.
I just know
it's cataloged.
How
it's cataloged?
Yeah, it was cataloged. Yeah.
There we go.
It was included. It was included in. I don't know. Super Mario Brothers is now in the Library of Congress. There you go. Ta-da! Okay, so we have this article from RGV, myrgv.com. A man prayed before arrest for smuggling people in a trailer full of arcade games. Yeah, so a man was arrested at the Falfurrias checkpoint after Border Patrol agents found 13 people illegally present in the country inside a trailer hauling arcade games, according to a criminal complaint. Edgar Villanueva was charged with knowingly and with reckless disregard transporting people illegally present in the U.S. concealed inside wooden platforms with no means of escape.
Obviously, I'm driving around with less baggage in the trailer than I should be. I never knew this was a thing. Like,
you can just stick them inside the arcade games and they'd never find them. So according to the complaint, Villanova arrived at the checkpoint on Saturday around 10:20 a.m. in a green Chevy Silverado pulling a storage trailer, and an agent asked Villanova where he was heading and what he was hauling, and he stated that he was heading to Houston. Well, it's too bad Mark's not on the show for this one. And he was hauling a bunch of arcade games, probably to Mark's house. So, anyway, he told the agent that the trailer was full of arcades, while another agent performed a free air canine sniff of the trailer, which resulted in a positive alert. The complaint said that once Villanova was instructed to go to the secondary inspection area, his body language quickly changed from relaxed and confident to stiff and rigid. His knuckles turned white as he gripped his steering wheel, and his eyes grew as wide as grapefruits as he proceeded to the secondary inspection area. So according to the complaint, an X-ray of the trailer revealed that 13 people were hidden inside of it.
That's crazy.
12 of the subjects were discovered in wood platforms lining against the interior of the walls of the trailer. How do you get them squished in there?
That's a little crazy. It really gives you an idea of how desperate people are to get somewhere, right? I mean, you think of it like, okay, here, go in this small space, and we're gonna haul you in the Texas heat. You know, that's a good idea.
Jabaruga says, to be fair, the trailer was only hauling X-Men 6 players, so that would be really easy to stick them inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what game would you smuggle a person in? Fire Truck's got a lot of space. Yeah.
What was that? I mean, an X-Men 6 player would be good. What?
Fire Truck. There's a big empty cavity in that thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
They'd have to squat down under the board and whatnot.
Prop cycle.
Yeah. I mean EDOT, you could, if you took the monitor out, you could get 2 people in the front of that thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of those, I will say X-Player 6-Men is about the largest cabinet that just like has no...
Nothing underneath it?
Giant space. Yeah, I mean, it's just a huge space in that thing.
Gauntlet, maybe? Because there's that big empty cavity underneath Gauntlet.
Yeah, that would work. I mean, any of the newer 4-player games would work, right?
Yeah.
So those 90s 4-player games, newer.
TMNT. It's a 3-player, isn't it? No, it's 4.
That's a 4. Yeah. Any of those 4 players.
Okay, here comes your
kids
other
in the cocktail cabinets, right?
News. Yeah. Well, just take the monitors out. You put a black piece of paper underneath there, and you can put whatever you want, whoever you want in any of those games.
I like the suggestion. Zoltar replace the animatronic, or you just put them all in bear suits and you have them be an animatronic show, right?
I don't remember Zoltar being Mexican. Do you?
Hey, the Dos Equis guy isn't Mexican either, so you know.
Yeah, but when he is, he's Zoltar.
Exactly, he's Zoltar, the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's from moviessr.com. And for those of you in the audience that don't know this yet, this might be really fun news. Tron Ares, the complete filming schedule revealed for the 3rd Tron movie at Disney. The next chapter of Tron, starring Jared Leto, is all set to begin filming in this summer, as the complete filming schedule has been officially revealed. So the sequel to 2010's Tron Legacy, Tron Ares, will be the 3rd film in the franchise. Tron Ares is currently scheduled to begin filming August 16th in Vancouver and will take exactly 4 months to officially wrap up on December 16th, 2023. Joachim Ronning will be directing the film based on a script written by Jesse Wigatow. The film is currently cast with casting directors Corinne Clark and Jennifer Page. So this is actually happening now. The movie will star Jared Leto as Ares, who is a new character, and currently there isn't any background about him available. Since the film is meant to be a soft reboot, there is a very low chance that any of the cast members from previous films will be making a return.
That's really, so sad.
That is very unfortunate. I don't know how well this will do if you don't have Bridges or Boxleitner or, God forbid, one of the other younger actors from the second one.
We say that, but it'll do fine.
Olivia Wilde. You got to have Olivia Wilde in it. She's so sexy. Anyway. Produced and released by Walt Disney Pictures, the Tron film franchise began with Tron in 1982, which of course became a cult classic and an arcade game and a sequel arcade game. The film stars Jeff Bridges, Kevin Flynn, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the story. So, there you go.
Nice. Ooh.
So, I think the last one made something like $400 million. Had a budget of $170. So... but it took a long time to get to 400, I think.
Yeah, 350 worldwide. That's the same as King's Speech did that year.
Yeah.
I mean, but you said, like you said, 170 made. So,
yes.
You know, or to produce it. So, you know,
they made money. You know,
paid for themselves. John Burgess, Sash.
And now is time for Mark's segment. And he's not here, so we're going to do it for him. Oh, yeah. Wait a second. That's me. All right, who's sat on the board?
We interrupt the ventilated development. And now, the Arcade News with Stevens.
What happened?
You remember back in 82 when Adam sat on the soundboard?
1982? No, we went back 10 minutes. We didn't even go back to 1982.
When Adam sat on the soundboard?
All right, let's try that again.
Back in 82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
Back to the cave with Time Runner.
Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
That's right. There is a problem with Earth's gravitational pull because, we skipped back 10 minutes in time instead of back to 1982. So, anyway, welcome to Season 7 edition of What's in... Oh, wait. We're not doing What's in the Juke yet, right?
Are we? Do we have...
Oh, we don't have he didn't write us a flashback article.
He didn't?
So we're just going to have to do What's in the Juke. We just did that bumper for no reason.
We did. Well, I mean, we could do it.
It's like we didn't even read the show notes or something.
I mean, we could do it back in 82.
Should we... Is there a Zarzadek call?
I don't know.
No, I don't think there is, but we'll check the voicemails anyway after this. I guess we're going to move on to What's in the Juke.
We could do that.
Because, I don't know. What else is there to do? So this is the time on the show when Mark usually asks me the question...
What's in the Juke?
Oh, welcome to Season 7 edition of What's in the Juke. It's a game within a game within a podcast. Today, we feature super short, isolated audio tracks from 1980 and 1981. If you can guess the title of the song, you'll get... I don't know.
Half point.
Gonorrhea?
Half point.
Oh.
That would be a bad night.
If you can guess... If you can guess... the name of the group, you'll also get
half point.
And if you can guess both, you get
full point.
Yeah, that's right. So now that we know the rules of the game, if you guys are, in tough competition, you need to fight it out. I really like it when Mark does this bit because I kind of just interrupt him. whenever I want to, you know. But
are you still talking?
It's hard to interrupt yourself. Oh yeah, so we're gonna let's let this contest. All right, here. What happened there? Okay, here comes your first track.
Oh, I could hide with the wind of the bluebird as she sings.
Well, that's gonna be tough.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. And actually, that's not from 1981. That's from like 1960 something.
Carpenters, nope.
Let's try that again.
Monkeys, Sleepy
I
Tunes.
could hide neath the wings of the
Jabaruga.
bluebird as she sings.
All right.
Jabaruga, full point for Monkeys and Daydream Believer.
Full point.
I'll give a half a point to anyone who gets the actual year on that. Because that is not from 1980 or 1981. Do you know the year?
Google. I don't know.
I tried to hook up a smaller keyboard. Yeah, it was released in 1968. So, yeah, 67 was close. Nice guess. Oh, we got a first-time chatter who
We'll give it to him.
All right,
her. Gibby Inva.
Gibby Inva. Welcome to the show. Yeah, so, I don't know how many chatters we got today. Oh, look, we got a big group of chatters today. 8-Bit Burn, Alice Hydra. Hey, we lost one of our chatters. Oh, that's too bad. Lurks, I love that name. Lori Pub, Kata, Jabaruga, Isabel, Grinwing, Gibby Enva, Drapsnat, Discord Stream Community. What is that? Commander Root. Commander Root.
And it's Gibby in Virginia. That makes sense.
Oh yeah. Hi Gibby in Virginia. Necros, Netropolis, Voices. It's good to have you all in the chat. Ice Cold Joe is not in here today. He didn't know the show was going on. He's probably given up on me. He hardly ever misses a show. All right, here comes your next track.
Giddy up, papa, mau mau. Giddy up, papa, mau mau.
That actually just sounded like a straight up clip. We might get banned for that one. I'm not playing it again.
Also, there we go. Do we give it to Billy 7? Oh no. Whoa. We got Grinwing first with Elvira. Then Netropolis with Oak Ridge Boys.
Half point.
All right, here comes your next track.
Your love is like a tidal wave spinning over my head.
Yep. So the first two were Daydream Believer by the Monkees and Elvira Oak Ridge Boys.
Grinwing with Pat Benatar for half point. Who's going to get the name?
Half point.
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Heart rate. Nope. Billy 7's heart rate may be high right now because he had autocorrect.
I think he might be using
Heartbreaker.
That is correct.
With Grinwing. 1.5.
Nice.
Total.
Yeah, right. Okay, here comes your next track. You know what? Daydream Believer might have been a hit in 80 or 81 if it made its way back to the chart for some reason. Okay, here comes your fourth track.
My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night.
I love that song. I didn't know there was so much controversy around this song. It is the Eagles. Gibby Enva.
Hotel Cali. We're going to give Grinwing a full point.
Oh, no.
No, you got Hotel California and the Eagles first.
They got Eagles just before Gibby Enva got it. Okay, yep. Yeah. All right, here comes your next track.
'Cause I never see you anymore. I need to love.
Well, the artist is easy. There's only 2 people that sound like that.
Who's the other one?
There we go. Gibby in Virginia with another half point.
Nice. Gibby in Virginia.
And Billy 7, I want to be your lover. Billy 7 gets on board with a half point.
Nice. All right. Well, we're almost halfway through, so we're going to have one more track here. Track number 6.
And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground.
Okay.
Yeah, the lag is noticeably shorter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like pretty quick. Metropolis with Tom Petty.
Yep.
Won't back down with Grinwing.
Half point.
Nice job. This is a good game.
Oh, this next one. There was a really funny version of somebody made a version that's I'll say afterwards.
I know what you're talking about. It was a TikTok.
It was.
Yeah, and it's like it's not quite a complete song, but it's very funny.
It's the
where are we
other
at with the scores right now?
What?
Where are we at with the scores right now?
I don't know. We're supposed to be keeping score. We got Grinwing 3 points. We have a 3-way tie for second place between Jabaruga, Gibby in Virginia, and Metropolis at 1 point, and Mr. Billy 7 bringing up the rear with a half point.
What the hell is a Jabaruga anyway? Do you know? I don't know. Is it like a Jabberwocky?
It's like a Hunt the Wumpus thing.
Oh. Okay, here comes your next track.
Where can I find a woman like that?
Oh, that's good. And we're going to get flagged for that too.
You saw the TikTok? This was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I asked the question. Grinwing says, "Don't ask."
Gibby in Virginia with Rick Springfield, Metropolis with Jesse's Girl.
Oh, okay. So Jabaruga says it's 2 of his college radio shows that were merged into one. That's true. All right.
Half point
for those guys.
So I should find the link for those of you who aren't picking up when I said there was a TikTok where somebody rewrote the words from the perspective of Jesse's girlfriend, and it was basically about the stalker friend that wouldn't stop looking at her.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. It was quite funny.
It made the rounds for a long time. Especially when TikTok first took off. That's a mouthful. TikTok first took off.
All right. We have here comes 3 left to go.
All
it's
right,
anybody's game.
Here comes your next track.
Back to back, sacrilege.
Wow. That one is
Grinwing with Blondie.
Half point.
And Gibby in Virginia.
Half point.
Nice.
With another half point.
Got a contender here. All right, here comes your next track.
Wait a minute, baby.
Oh, this is also a TikTok. I think. Or was it? Might have been. Actually, it was a different track. This is a good song.
Wait a minute, baby.
This is a long track.
Grinwing with Stevie Nicks.
Half point.
Metropolis with the Go-Go's. No. Grinwing gets it with Stevie Nicks. Who is going to get the name of the song? Point. Anybody.
That was Sarah by Fleetwood Mac. Stevie Nicks is incorrect, but you can give a half point for it anyway.
That's true. Metropolis.
Yeah, Sarah.
Good job.
Good. Yep. Great job.
Metropolis, negative half point.
Yeah. Also, no H at the end of that song. And happy is Metropolis' birthday today?
Yes. But it was
happy birthday to Metropolis.
One love feeds the fire. One heart bears desire.
Here we go.
Half point.
Journey.
Grinwing. Easing the lead, cementing the lead. And then Metropolis with Who's Crying Now. Whoa.
Nice.
Half point.
Okay, where did we end up?
Jabaruga got auto-modded. Oh, we got to release that. We're going to allow that one to see what popped the auto-mod. Sorry. All right. So...
Taylor Hicks.
I lost track. Who's Cried Now is Metropolis. I think got it first. Yes. All right. So that's 2 points. So final score here. Grinwing in first place with 4.5. Gibeon, Virginia, and Metropolis in second place with tie for 2 points. Jabaruga in third place with 1 point. And Mr. Billy 7 pulling up the rear with a half point.
I learned it by watching you.
That's a good show, you guys. Oh, wait, we got to check the voicemail. But I did want to say Jabaruga got flagged for saying Taylor Hicks, which wasn't that like an American Idol dude or something?
I don't know. It was pretty funny. That was.
And I think it got flagged because he used the word hick, which is maybe like, I don't know. I'll go and check the settings, but that seems like a pretty mild.
Hey,
you know.
I told you what game I'm trying to get. I feel dirty every time I say it.
What's that?
There's an auction for Coon Hunt.
You got to be careful how you say that.
I've got a day and 11 hours and 28 minutes until the coon hunting auction is over, and I might win a coon hunt.
The coon. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I mean, so if anybody else is going after coon hunt, back off.
You be careful. You watch your You watch your P's or Q's.
Have you ever seen the game?
No, I have not.
So have you ever seen the game Shoot the Bear?
No, I have not.
So yeah, he just put in a bid for $2 million. Okay. So, all right, these are two really old light gun games. If anybody else bids on this, I'll shoot you. I'll find out one of you got this because I am actually getting a good price on this right now. So I'm putting in the chat. That is Coon Hunt. It's a really neat game.
Holy
Somebody's
crap.
going to bid on it now.
We have four voicemails in the hopper.
This is Shoot the Bear.
Wow.
Everybody should bid on Shoot the Bear. Because I'm not winning that.
Excellent.
So it's a Seberg game from Shoot the Bear is 1949. Coon Hunt is 1947. Actually, Billy, he probably could help fix it, but I don't think he's got to Shoot the Bear right now. And I think it's this is one of those ones that is not coming up as often as it used to. I kind of kicked myself in the ass. There was one at the Iowa auction that sold for like $2,000 in amazing condition. But anyways, so they're very old light gun games. They're super cool mechanics inside of them. They were made by Seberg. And I actually just think Coon Hunt is about the funniest freaking game. And this, if I win this is going to Starrcade. Like 100% going up to Starrcade. So I'm really excited, hoping I get it because it'd be a neat one to put out there.
Excellent.
I had to approve another Jabaruga post.
Did he say Taylor Hicks again? What did he do?
No, he said I have to. Oh, I could go so wrong with a game called Coon Hunt.
What? Why did it get flagged? I don't
know.
That's funny. Maybe he's chatting too much. I don't know. I am not doing that, just for the record. Okay, it's automated. So we got to check the voicemail.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to call the voicemail, you can at any time. It's, what is our number?
612-548-GAME. Isn't it?
612-548-GAME.
I got it.
That's 4263. And you can also text it if you don't want to leave a voicemail. So if you want to be more like a millennial or a zillennial, but you know what? None of my Gen X friends really, call me anymore. There's very few people that use the phone anymore. And I'm sure we got some boomers in the audience as well. Okay, here we go. We we cater to everybody, really, on this podcast.
Thank you for calling 612-548-GAME. This is Arcade Radio. Please leave your message after the tone.
Portions of this podcast, namely this voicemail, were pre-recorded. Live from the state of Kansas in the United States of America, here's Billy 7. Yo, y'all, so I just got to Missouri. Kind of a bus. I didn't see any arcade games along the road, along the interstate to pick up. So the Zaxxon in the cornfield, that's about it. So I'm in Kansas, getting to be about halfway through the trip, kind of feeling like there's no place like home. So that's all for now. Have a great show. Thanks, bye.
Well, that was Billy 7 giving us a live update. Let's see.
He drove down to Texas last week. Well, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? I don't even remember anymore.
Is that Kansas? I don't know. These might be in reverse order. Let me go look. All right, let's check this out.
Greetings and salutations, y'all. This is your good old friend Billy 7. I'm on the road right now, and no one has asked me except a little voice in my head to play the roving reporter with no tape recorder. Yet I have my digital cellular device. And I'm on my way to Dallas, Texas, the Big D, as one of my friends referred to it. And I'm delivering an ice-cold beer, a container with ice-cold beer. Well, I got one machine in the trailer. And so I'm going to be telling you any cool arcade finds I find along the interstate along my way, from the Minnesota or Pinnesota, as some of us refer to it. And then when you get her playing pinball, you get a pinjury, and, well, anyway. So I'll call in and, again, keep you abreast of what I find. I'm hoping to find a derelict Sundance game somewhere on the interstate here, or an Addams Family, but we'll see what things bring. So have a great show tonight. I hope I'll be able to listen wherever I am.
Oh, this is funny. These are from, over a week ago.
Ta-ta for now.
I love this. This is like roving reporter. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my ding-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling. Wait, I got that wrong. Let's see. The lady go. Oh, my. Oh. Hello again. I appear to have hit redial. Sorry about that. Nothing to report yet. Still Billy 7. Still the unofficial Arcade Radio, what do you call it, roving reporter. I guess I did see some ginormous.
Oh, he saw some ginor. I think he saw a coon hunt.
They had like the Easter Bunny trapped in this morning. House and Faribault. Ants crawling. I guess I did see some ginormous ants crawling over a house in Faribault this morning. And they had like the Easter Bunny trapped in their jaws. And I mean, these things were like bigger than me. There's like 10 of them. Maybe Dr. Armitage can grab a photo sometime and share it. That's all for now.
There
anyway,
are giant ants on a house in Faribault.
Oh, my ding-a-ling. Oh.
I think this is what I get for not checking the voicemail. Or maybe I should screen it. Yeah, so I'm going to save this one for next week. Or the next show. Yeah.
I hope Billy wasn't drunk on that. He was driving our truck to Texas.
I know. I wasn't going to say anything, but it's like yeah.
Gibby in Virginia asked.
He crushed it. Crushed
it. Billy was smashed. He was actually, we've had a lot of trucks smashed in the last couple of years. That's one did come back intact.
Yeah. No. Everything was good, and he was not inebriated.
Oh, my
he
freezing.
was just having fun.
Uh-oh.
Anyone else get flagged in the last 2 minutes? Oh. Ooh, Star Wars Racer. That's a fun game. Also available on the Switch. Not quite the same. There's actually one at Can Wonderland right now if you want to play Star Wars Pod Racer game. That place is awesome. Have you been to
Almost
Can?
as good as Starrcade.
Well, apples.
No, Can is a neat place.
They have like mini golf, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So Can kind of has a rough history of how some of the original people in there were treated. I will say though that the Larry Biazza, who runs the mechanicals in there now, is a great guy.
Yeah, he's been on the show, and and I think they have new management that took over during COVID, right?
For Can?
Yeah. Jabaruga got
well, that wasn't... Yeah, kind of. It was... Jabaruga's getting flagged again. I do not think Can Wonderland has Coon Hunter, but Starrcade hopefully will have Coon Hunter.
That's so funny.
We'll have to see if we can get on the news for that one. And the latest game at Starrcade, Coon Hunter.
It just sounds so terrible.
It does, which makes it that much better. I mean, like, forget Shoot the Bear. I mean, Shoot the Bear is a great game. Don't get me wrong, but like, if you got a choice between Shoot the Bear and Coon Hunter, what are you buying?
I don't know. I know what you're buying.
So there was a question in here. When will Starrcade be open at the new location? We'll probably close the last 2 weeks of May, and reopening hopefully in the first 2 weeks of June.
That's really fast. Are you sure? Really?
Well, we're hoping to actually get the drops done in April. Well, in May. So we're supposed to start them in the next couple weeks. So when we move in, it's literally just move the games in. Everything's taped out, labeled where it goes, and the electricity's already run.
Will Killer Queen have proper back-to-back or corner play?
I'm guessing Killer Queen will probably leave.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a neat game to have, but I just don't. It's not getting the play that it needs, and it doesn't really fit the motif that if we had a choice right now between Killer Queen and adding some rhythm games, because Adam is really getting into rhythm games, we'll add some rhythm games.
Adam who?
Am I roboting?
No. Am I roboting?
No. Yeah, you are on my end, but Adam's a huge Pump It Up player. I know. We may be adding. I'd like to try and add Ungenko and Waka to the arcade, which would be really kind of fun to put in there.
Yeah, big fan of rhythm games here, especially if you crank them up real loud. I really like them.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. I really like rhythm games. Actually, I used to be pretty good at Dance Dance Revolution back in the day. That's a rhythm game. I love Guitar Hero. That's a rhythm game.
There's a Guitar Hero up there. Yeah, see? You're all about it.
Yeah, totally all about it.
I will say, if anybody's in town this weekend and wants to play a Foo Fighters LE, there will be a Foo Fighters LE up at Starrcade. If you haven't had a chance to play Foo Fighters, it's actually a lot of fun.
I think next week I'm going to a birthday party at Starrcade.
Nice.
For a grown
get in
man.
One of the last ones at the old location.
I think he's turning 50 or something. I can't remember how old he is. He's either...
It's going to be... Go ahead.
I don't know. It's not important.
Well, it's going to be really interesting when we get into the new space, because there literally is, if we team up with Clutch, room to have like parties for like 100 people in the top. I mean, it's a pretty neat space. It's going to be really exciting to see what we can do. So, anyhow.
This has been the
Check it out. I'll stop talking about it.
The Starrcade podcast, brought to you by Bryan Armitage.
It's I'll post one picture of the space. It's pretty wild. It's crazy. Let me see if I can pull it up.
That's what she said. Oh, snap. Okay. All right. I'm going to... I think we're ready to do an outro.
What are we doing? Are we ready to do an outro? I'm not ready to go.
Why? You've been talking the whole time.
Just not...
Just shut up.
I'm just not ready.
Let's be done. It's time to shut up.
I just don't want to go.
Well, you know what? If you don't want to go, you can join the Discord after the show.
No, I don't do Discord.
Well, that's your loss.
Can't do it. I know. It is. It's my loss.
I don't hear Flower being played anymore. She must have given up. So, okay.
Are we going to get out of this thing? We leaving?
Yeah, we're done. This has been the Arcade Radio. That's the double R's. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We always love it when you have a good participation in the chat, and that has been the case for tonight. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Check it.
Oh, should we play some
song?
Website?
Are you gonna play an outro, or are we just gonna listen to us talk?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
All right,
I need to feel it. Okay, there we go. Check out our website. That's RcadeRadio, RcadeRadio.com for all our social media or swag links.
Or call and leave comments on the game line. That's 612-548-4263. Or you can text us too. We'd love to hear from you.
You can subscribe to our Twitch channel to follow us. Just click on the notification bell and you'll know when we're streaming live. That's twitch.com/RcadeRadio.
Yeah, and if you like what you're hearing, you consider dropping us a 5-star review on Anchor or iTunes or, Spotify or wherever you listen to our podcast. So that's going to be it for tonight's show from Arcade Radio. We hope you had a great time, and we'll see you on the next episode. I've been playing a little bit of my music at, on the off nights. And I think I'm going to do that next week since we'll be off the air.
Nice.
And then we'll, hopefully have a guest. I had a conversation with Jeff Bell, previous Atari employee we had on the show, and I've got a couple of names in the hopper. So I'm excited about that.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I posted a picture.
Nice. All right. Hey, thanks, Gibby in Virginia. That's awesome. All right, hey, let's go sign off. We're going to sign this thing off. Here we go.